It's 6:40, running a little bit late, but we turn to Kernels baseball and the voice of the Kernels, John Rogers. And I know John is there. We just spoke moments ago, John.
Eric?
There we go.
Thank you, Eric, very much. And we are here in Dayton. We've had a slugfest early on. I'll get you caught up as we go, but welcome to Kernel Baseball. It's a 70-degree evening, a jam-packed house here at Fifth Third Ballpark, or Fifth Third Field, that is, in downtown Dayton. And the Dragons lead it in their half of the second inning, 4-3. And a lot of offense in this game as both right-handers. Tommy Mendoza for the Kernels, who's on the hill now with a runner at second and 2 out, is facing flamethrower Johnny Cueto, and both of them have been knocked around pretty good here in the early going. Dayton has taken the lead with a 2-out double by their runner at second, Mike Griffin, and now Tommy misses high and outside to Paul Janish, the league's leading hitter. Janish doubled to left and scored on a 2-run homer by Jay Bruce in the bottom of the first inning, and they added a home run to the Dragons from Eric Eyman to make it 3-2. The Colonels scored 2 in the first on a 2-run homer. There's a curve and a strike called, and now the count 1 ball, 2 strikes to the league's leading hitter, Paul Janish. We'll get you caught up here. We're glad you're with us. It's 4-3 Dayton. Bottom of the second inning, the league's leading hitter, Paul Janish, Janish, is in the hole 1 and 2 with Tommy Mendoza coming set, delivering, and there's a high, deep drive, slicing foul onto a net that protects the downtown street down the right field line. They sell out every game here at Fifth Third Field, and tonight's no exception on this beautiful, beautiful evening. We've gotten an email from a Nicole St. Croix asking if we're having trouble with the broadcast here in Dayton. And Nicole, hopefully you know the answer now. The trouble's behind us. We're broadcasting. Janish rips a pitch fair down the left field line for extra bases. Lumbering home is Mike Griffin. The ball skips by Stantrell Smith, but he gets it back in, and it's a double for Paul Janish. He's 2 for 2, and he's batting. He's lifted his average over the 400 mark. Paul Janish started tonight batting .390. He has his second straight double, and that is now 6 hits for the Dragons in the first inning and 2/3 off 18-year-old Colonel right-hander Tommy Mendoza. He's been featuring that very good fastball of his, and the Dragons, the league's leading hitting team with a .272 average, they've been socking it all over the yard. And that's an RBI double for Paul Janish, and it puts the Dragons ahead 5-3 here in the second inning. We may have a slugfest for you tonight. Paul Janish, the league's leading hitter with a .390 average, is now 2 for 2 with 2 doubles, a run scored, and a RBI double. Janish is at second, and the batter is Jay Bruce. Bruce slugged a 2-run homer in the first inning with Paul Janish aboard. Jay Bruce has now hit 6 home runs. Dayton is a potent offensive team. They lead the league in hitting with a .272 team mark, and they lead the league with 25 home runs. Here's a ground ball to first, gobbled up by Mark Trumbo. He underhands to Tommy Mendoza to end the inning. That play went first base to pitcher covering, 3-1. For the Dragons, 2 runs in the second inning on 3 base hits. There were no Colonel errors, although the Colonels had a double play that they did not turn that would have ended the inning. And the Dragons leave 1 man on, their first stranded in the early going. So by all indications, you're in for a full night of offense. The Colonels 15-15 battling Dayton 15-15. As we go to the third inning, the Dragons lead the Colonels 5-3. This is Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
Cedar Rapids' oldest wholesale greenhouse is also Cedar Rapids' full-service landscaping and lawn care center. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has been serving eastern Iowans for 50 years at the corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Road, behind Guppy's on the Go. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has a full line of trees and shrubs like magnolias, maples, and lilacs. And for a limited time, buy any potted tree and Cedar Rapids Greenhouses will deliver and plant it free. If you're searching for the right beautification project, let the trained landscape designers at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses help you create a unique plan for your home. From retaining walls to ponds, waterfalls, and fountains, they'll work within your budget and taste, and they do free estimates. Lawn care featuring mowing, fertilization, seeding, sodding, aeration, dethatching, maintenance, and cleanup are all done with care and precision. For the highest quality and low prices, see the difference at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses, Eastern Iowa's full-service landscapers at the corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Road.
Hi, I'm Phil Andrews, your local Pekin insurance agent at Andrews Insurance in Cedar Rapids. I'd like to introduce you to an easy-to-understand, affordable life insurance plan with great benefits. It's simplified issue whole life from Pekin Insurance. The plan requires no medical exam, has guaranteed rates for life, and a guaranteed cash value. Life insurance made simple and affordable from Pekin Insurance. To learn more, contact me, Phil Andrews, at Andrews Insurance.
Welcome back to Dayton. We've been coming here 7 years. We had an email from a great fan who said we've been coming here 9 years, but this is our 7th year in Dayton, my 11th year in the season, and we appreciate the couple of emails we received. Very kind and courteous folks that enjoy hearing Colonel Baseball, and we're glad we're on the air now. Our new equipment is up and running, and so is Heinle Stacia. And he fouls the pitch straight back. Now Heinle takes high and away. Ball club arrived here at 3 this afternoon, and we did all of our preparation and all that we usually do, and thankfully we're all set to bring you the action here as Heinle takes high for ball 2 from right-hander Johnny Cueto, Q-U-E-T-O. Johnny's from the Dominican Republic, a right-hander. Heinle Stacia rolls one through the middle. Diving play by the shortstop, Janish. He throws not in time. That's an infield single for Heinle Stacia. And that's the 5th Colonel hit of this game. Both teams have come out with the lumber ready to go. 5-3 in favor of Dayton. And we will oblige our great email listeners who wanted us to recap the scoring. In the first inning, Brad Kuhn grounded out to first. He had a hit taken away from him by Joselito Hernandez, who made a diving stop to his left. Heinle Stacia then flew to left. Dallas Morris singled to left. Jordan Renz followed with a home run onto the Dragon's Lair bleacher section. Actually, they're green seats, but they would be where bleachers are, over the left field wall, just to the right of the 338 mark. It was Renz's 4th home run of the year. Dallas Morris is at the plate now. So Renz's 2-run homer with Morris at the plate gave the Kernels a 2-0 lead in the first inning. Flint Whipke then struck out to end the inning. In the Dayton first, Mike Griffin grounded out to third. Paul Janish, the league's leading hitter, doubled to left. Jay Bruce, a left-handed batter, followed with a home run onto the grass slope seating berm in right field. That tied the game at 2 in the first inning. B.J. Zemansky struck out swinging. Then Eric Eyman, the third baseman, the number 5 hitter, he belted a home run down the left field line to make it 3-2. Bobby Mosby, the number 6 hitter in the Dayton first, then popped to third. And after 1 inning, Dayton led it 3-2. The Kernels, in the second inning, Mark Trumbo struck out swinging. Travis Schlichting singled to right. Madison Edwards flew to right. And then Stan Strell-Smith doubled into the right field corner, scoring Schlichting and giving the Kernels a 3-2 lead. Swing and a miss by Dallas Morris, the batter now, and the count on Dallas 1-1. In that Kernel second, after Stan Strell-Smith's RBI double, Brad Kuhn was called out on a 3-2 pitch. Then we went to the Dayton second inning. Joselito Hernandez singled to right. Chris Denovi, the catcher and number 8 hitter, struck out looking. Josh Holden bounced one to short. Stacia fed Dallas Morris for a force out of Hernandez. Dallas then dropped the ball trying to get it from his glove to his throwing hand. Otherwise, the Kernels probably would have had an ending double play. But that allowed Mike Griffin to bat. He doubled into the right field corner, scoring Josh Holden all the way from first and giving Dayton a 4-3 lead. Griffin, after his double, scored on a Paul Janish RBI double to make it 5-3. Then Jay Bruce bounced out to Mark Trumbo, Mendoza covering. And there you are, up to speed on where we are now. A leadoff single by Stacia. And now a high fly ball off the bat of Dallas Morris into right, shading his eyes from the bright sun, Jay Bruce, and Bruce puts it away. 1 out, 1 on here in the Colonel third inning, and it's 5-3 Dragons. And again, we thank all of you Colonel emailers expressing your love of the broadcast, your patience. It's hard sometimes to understand why things go haywire when you have been coming here 7 seasons and been in the league 11, but The problem, not in Dayton, not in Cedar Rapids, somewhere in between on the phone lines. So that's our explanation. Thank you for accepting it. Ball one inside to Jordan Renz. We welcome your emails, and we are glad they are positive, upbeat, helpful, and complimentary. Jordan, a right-handed hitter, hit a 2-run homer in the first inning. A throw to first by Johnny Cueto, and diving back safely is Heinley Stacia. Cueto is a strikeout artist. He's 1-2 and lost 1. This is his sixth start for Dayton. The right-hander comes set below the chin and steps off the rubber. Johnny is 6 feet tall, actually 5'11", 190, and he's 20 years old. 2-1 record, 3.24 ERA. The league hitting 174 against Johnny Cueto. Fastball, strike one on the outside edge to Jordan Renz. Johnny Cueto's pitched 25 innings this season, surrendered 16 hits in 25 innings, struck out 33 batters in 25 innings, and walked 4. Walked only 4, the league hitting 174 against him. The sun was shining brightly all day today. It's starting to disappear into the western horizon. The lights will be on at any moment here. Jordan Renz tags one deep to left. Holden is back. It's off the base of the wall. Racing towards third is Heinley Stacia. Bobby Magallanes waves Heinley home. He'll score on a double cracked over the head of Josh Holden in left by Jordan Renz. And that cuts the Dayton lead to 1, 5-4 here in the top of the third inning. Jordan Renz belted one high over the head of Josh Holden. To the right or to the left of the 381 mark, there's a 12-foot high wall in left field, and above that wall is a big picnic area or a big concession area, and Jordan Renz's double thudded off the base of that wall below the concession area to the right of the Dragon's lair in left. Renz has driven home Stacia. The ball caromed by Josh Holden. The center fielder, B.J. Szymanski, had to catch up to it. He did, but Stacia rumbled home all the way from first, and the Kernels have cut Dayton's lead to 1 here in the third inning. It's 5-4 Dragons. Flint Whipke takes strike one called. The runner at second is Jordan Renz. Whipke ropes the pitch foul in the air down the right field line, and that's strike 2 to Flint, who struck out swinging to end the Kernel first inning. Flint Whipke, he hit safely in all 8 Kernel home games on the 5-3 homestand. Flint 2 for 4 yesterday, singled and scored in the Kernel 3-run third. A breaking pitch from Johnny Cueto, and it's outside for ball 1. A right-hander is warming up in the Dragon bullpen, Bo Lanier. The lights have just been turned on here at Fifth Third Field, where the Kernels trail the Dragons in the top of the third, 5-4. Each team is 6 hits. A breaking pitch, but time was called by the plate umpire after Flint Whipke asked for it. Flint's 8-game hitting streak has elevated his average to a season-high 313. 1 home run, 10 RBIs for Flint Whipke. We'll have a chance for you to earn a reward from Bruce Moore a little later this evening. Our Bruce Moore Bonanza as Whipke rolls a pitch off the end of the bat foul up the first base side. That's where Eric Owens, the Kernel hitting coach, who's not wearing a jacket this evening. That's because it's a beautiful 70 degrees here in Dayton, Ohio, the birthplace of aviation. Warner Madrigal was our South Slope Communications Triple Play Show guest earlier this evening. We'll try to have that interview for you tomorrow, if that's at all possible. Here's a swing and a foul by Flint Whipke. Great to have you all with us now, and I want to really thank everyone who emailed us about liking these broadcasts. We love them too, and we're glad that you've let us know that you're tuned in now, and we'll get our situation straightened out here as best we can. And thank you very much for your patience, because If it wasn't for you, the listeners, there wouldn't be much joy in bringing you Colonel Baseball, I'll tell you that. We're glad you're tuned in. Flint Whipkey struck out in the first inning. He's batting with a runner at second, one away here in the third inning. Swing and a miss by Flint on a slider. Flint got his money's worth, and he goes down on strikes, and that's the fourth strikeout for Johnny Cueto. Cueto. 2 gone, and the batter, Jordan Mark Trumbo with Renz at second. Mark is hitting .203, 3 homers, 12 RBIs. There's a line shot into right center, and on the run, a reaching grab by B.J. Szymanski. Szymanski took an extra base hit away on a pitch lashed into right center by Mark Trumbo. You can't hit him much better than Mark Trumbo just did. Trumbo lines out to center, and that ends the Colonel third inning. But what a good inning it was. 1 run on 2 hits. There were no Dragon errors, and the Colonels leave 1 man aboard and have stranded 2 here this evening. And after 2.5, great to have you with us here on the Colonel Radio Network, KMRY. It's the Dragons 5, the Colonels 4. You're enjoying Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
Get ready for summer and beat high gas prices with a pre-owned vehicle from Randy Keel Honda. Their inventory is jam-packed with fuel-efficient vehicles designed to save you money. Get an economical sedan for your daily commute, or indulge your sporty side with a high-performance coupe. Randy Keel Honda carries a large selection of Honda certified pre-owned vehicles, backed by a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty and 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Need to haul the entire family? For a limited time, you can get special financing on Honda certified pre-owned Odyssey. Whatever your driving needs, Randy Keel Honda has the vehicle for you. Visit Randy Keel Honda on Centerpoint Road Northeast or online at randykeel.com. Randy Keel Honda, where they treat you right.
Hy-Vee, the most respected and recognized brand name in our entire great state. Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees value the vital role professional baseball plays in our community's fabric. Our treasured tradition of affordable, wholesome entertainment that brings families, friends, work colleagues, and customers together for lifelong memories. Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees are proud to support the best thing going in eastern Iowa, the wonder of Kernels baseball.
Tommy Mendoza has been terrific for the Kernels this season. He's taken his lumps early on here, but let's remind you, he has not walked a batter, and the Kernels are only a run down as we go to the bottom of the third inning. This Dayton ball club is good. They're 15-15. They lead the league in hitting with a .272 average, and they've thumped, 2 home runs tonight to add to their team, or to add to their league high, 25. Tommy's first pitch is down and in to B.J. Szymanski. Szymanski is from Wichita Falls, Texas, and he was a star athlete at Princeton in the Ivy League in both football and baseball. Switch hitter, batting left, and a fastball down and in from Tommy for ball 2. 5-4 Dragons, and we're in the bottom of the third inning. There's a fastball low for ball 3. Outfield plays. Szymanski straight away. Smith in left. Stanstrell Smith. Kuhn in center. Edwards in right. Swing and a tip foul. And that's strike 1 on B.J. Szymanski. B.J. was swinging on 3-0. Just past the top of the hour here in Dayton. A little bit past 8 o'clock. A tad past 7 across the Midwest. And you're listening to Colonel Baseball on 1450 KMRY, Cedar Rapids. There's a fastball outside, and B.J. Szymanski draws a leadoff walk here in the top of the bottom of the third inning. Well, we're back at home after this 8-game homestand. We're here in Dayton tonight, tomorrow night, Wednesday night, and Thursday evening. Then it's on to Clinton. The newly renovated Alliant Energy Field will play 6 o'clock games on Friday night, Saturday evening, Sunday afternoon, and then Monday, a 6 o'clock game. We're back at home for an 8-game homestand starting Tuesday, May 16th, against the St. Louis Cardinal minor leaguers, the Quad City River Bandits. The Swing of the Quad Cities. Old habits die hard. Heck, John, they've been the Swing, I think, for 3 years now, and you committed that error yesterday on the broadcast. The Swing of the Quad Cities is who we'll take on. Our first fireworks show, brought to you by the Kernels, is on Saturday, May 20th. It's a 5 o'clock start. Here's a throw to first, and Szymanski's back standing up. Eric Eyman, E-Y-M-A-N-N, homered in the first inning. And it was Eric's second of the year, a throw to first, and Mark Trumbo puts the tag on Szymanski. He's back safely. BJ leads the club in steals. He swiped 7 bases. He's been caught 3 times. Tommy fires a strike call, the fastball. This is some ballpark. They're in their 7th year playing here. I remember the very first broadcast from Dayton. We were the first team to christen this stadium. Johnny Bench was here from the Reds, and former Colonel Freddie Benavides was the manager. And they've set the minor league baseball world on its ear with their capacity houses night after night. A pitch lofted into left, and Stan Strell Smith dives and makes the catch. Stan Strell had to come on quickly from his left field position, and he dove feet first and took that ball right off his shoe tops from Eric Eyman, and that's 1 out here in the Dayton 3rd inning. I want to thank all of you Colonel fans who came out during the homestand. We had some rough weather and then some pretty good weather, but Jesse Rader and his grounds crew, his award-winning grounds crew, did a great job. And we are very gracious for the good attendance numbers we had. Thank you. Bobby Mosby ended the first by popping out to Travis Schlichting. There goes the runner. A pitch, a swing, and a miss. Flint throw to second. Right on the mark. And B.J. Szymanski is gunned out trying to steal second. It was the second baseman, Dallas Morris, who took the one-hop peg from Flint Whipke, and B.J. Szymanski caught stealing for the 4th time in 11 attempts. Bases empty, 2 gone for right-handed slugging Bobby Mosby. 272 hitter, 3 home runs, 15 RBIs for Mosby. M-O-S-B-Y. He is a big guy with mammoth forearms. The bat looks like a toothpick in his hand, and he swats one foul down the right side. Bobby Mosby, in fact, reminds me a little bit of a young Cecil Fielder. He's 6'1", 290. From East St. Louis High School. That's the school that produced former Olympic champion Jackie Joyner-Kersee. A breaking pitch from Tommy, low and away for ball 2. 2 gone, bases empty. Bottom half of the 3rd, 5-4 Dragons. Mosby's from Northeastern Oklahoma A&M University. And he tips one foul off the mask of the plate umpire. Our umpires, as always, are sponsored by Anderson & Brown Eye Care. Things are coming into focus at Anderson & Brown Eye Care's new location, Boyson Road, Hiawatha. Easy in, easy out at Anderson & Brown Eye Care. Strike 3 called. Tommy Mendoza looked good in this 3rd inning. He racks up his 3rd strikeout of the evening. No runs for the Dragons in the 3rd. A leadoff walk. A man caught trying to steal second. There were no Dragon hits, no Colonel errors, and Dayton leaves the bases empty. It looks like we have smooth sailing for the rest of the evening. And again, I want to make a genuine thank you to the several folks who emailed us. We're sorry about getting on the air a little bit late. Doesn't matter where the problem was. It is been hopefully rectified for the time being. And we'd rather have emails from you knowing that you miss our broadcast than know that you're not listening. So thank you to all, including Nicole. Nicole, your email, I didn't mean to personally come down on you. I was actually thanking you for helping us here in Dayton. I sincerely mean that, and hope to hear good things from all of you guys. All right, we go to the fourth inning, and it's Dayton on top of the Kernels, 5-4. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Smelly cat, smelly cat. What are they feeding you?
What are you playing, Nigel?
I was just trading places with Phoebe from Friends. She's so funny. She's wicked.
Cool. You know, Sierra Mist and TBS have their Trade Places with the Funniest Faces sweepstakes, where you can really trade places with your favorite characters and win the ultimate sitcom getaway. Yeah, just go to TBS.com to enter. You can win the Friends Ross and Rachel honeymoon trip to Vegas. There's also a trip to see where the Seinfeld gang hung out in New York City, or an Everybody Loves Raymond trip to a golf resort in California.
The Trade Places with the Funniest Faces sweepstakes. Just watch Friends on TBS and enter at TBS.com. Brought to you by Sierra Mist. It's that refreshing. Refreshingly wicked! No purchase necessary. Internet access required. Subject to official rules at TBS.com. Open to legal residents of the continental U.S. 18 or older. Void where prohibited. Ends 5/16/06.
Service second to none. South Slow Cooperative. We're here for your communication needs. Internet service, telephone, and TV. As a cooperative telephone company, our members are owners who make a good team. Service second to none. South Slow Cooperative Communication.
Welcome back to Dayton, and we go to the top of the fourth inning. I want to thank all you former Cedar Rapids Reds fans out there. That was before my time in the great city of 5 seasons. Of course, Freddie Benavides was not a Cedar Rapids Colonel. He was a Cedar Rapids Red, and I thank you listeners for helping me out on that. I got to meet Freddie Benavides the first year here in Dayton, and he remembers his time very well in Cedar Rapids as a Red, and talked about the old ballpark and how he loves our new ballpark, but sure misses the great feel and the wonderful fans from the old ballpark. We all remember those days with very fond thoughts. Travis Schlichting is facing a new hurler for the Dragons, and he swings and misses at a 2-1 offering from Bo Lanier. Bo Lanier has come on here in the top of the fourth inning. Right-hander in relief of Johnny Cueto. 5-4 Dragons. Delightfully cool evening now, 69 degrees. Outfield plays Travis straight away. And he corks one foul past Bobby Magallanes. Into the Dragon left field bullpen. Dayton's wearing white home uniforms with black socks, black hats, green bills, and green numbers with their names across the top. A tap to shallow short. Paul Janish charges and throws. In time, a bang-bang play, and Paul Janish, who has 2 doubles in this game and leads the league with a .390 average, flashed some leather at the Kernels and Travis Schlichting as Travis hit a bouncer to shallow short. Janish came in and gloved it on the grass, and then in one fell swoop, unloaded to first. 1 gone here in the fourth inning. Left-handed hitting, Madison Edwards now steps in. Madison in 15 games, batting .143, no homers, 2 RBIs, and he fakes the bunt and takes low. Ball 1 from the new hurler, Bo Lanier. Johnny Cueto went 3 innings. The right-hander surrendered 4 runs to the Kernels on 6 hits, struck out 4, walked none. There's a fastball on the inside edge, a strike to Madison Edwards. Madison helped the Kernels to the 6-5 win at home yesterday, 1 for 3 with a walk. Left-handed batter wearing a pair of white batting gloves. Ooh, a pitch just missed low from Lanier. 5-4 Dragons. We had a lot of fireworks early here. Both teams came ready to hit. Madison Edwards lifts one into shallow left. The shortstop a few steps back, and 5 feet onto the grass and left. It's caught by Paul Janish, the shortstop. Madison is flown out to right and popped to short. 2 away here in the Kernel 4th inning as the Kernels face Bo Lanier. Our 2 ball clubs, the Kernels and Dragons, have identical records, 15 and 15. The Kernels are only 2 games out of first in the Western Division first half standings. 2 games behind both King County and Peoria. Beloit is 1/2 game ahead of the Kernels. Meanwhile, Dayton is in third place in the Midwest League standings in the Eastern Division. Stan Strell-Smith took a strike and now tries to bunt, but bunted it foul outside first. Strike 2 to Stan Strell. I'm mispronouncing his name. It's Stan Trell. Stan Trell. Back to you, and I talked about that before the game. I said, I haven't ever heard a name like that. And he smiled and said, John, here's a foul ball right back here, just to our right. Just missed coming in our booth. And Stan Trell said he'd wait until he was our South Slope Communications Triple Play Show guest to tell us where that name comes from. A curve, and Smith fouls that one over the backstop. Oh, the folks are having fun here tonight on this beautiful Monday. Remember, in the 5th inning, we'll have a chance for you to earn a reward from Bruce Moore. On the road, we have our Bruce Moore Bonanza question. You can email the answer to our Bruce Moore Bonanza question right here to me in Dayton. Hopefully, our email will stay running and working properly. It's brought us a lot of great things purchasing this laptop computer. There's ball 2 downstairs to the Colonel number 9 hitter, Stan Strell-Smith. Straight away stance. He uses a black lacquer bat. Colonels in their gray road uniforms with red numbers trimmed in white. And the 2-2. Chopped to short. Paul Janish on 3 hops has it, and behind second throws in time to get Stan Strell-Smith. A 1-2-3 inning in his first inning out of the bullpen by reliever Bo Lanier. And for the first time this evening, one of the 2 sides goes down in order. The Kernels go down 1-2-3-0 across in the top of the 4th inning. We're in Dayton, Ohio, the birthplace of aviation. Orver and Wilbur Wright, who lived in Cedar Rapids as young boys, they moved here to Dayton and they invented the airplane and took it to Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. After 3.5 innings, Tommy Mendoza back to the hill. Dayton leads it 5-4. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball here on the Kernel Radio Network.
Reading stimulates a child's imagination, increases their mastery of subject matter, improves their spelling and vocabulary, and opens up new worlds of discovery. That's why Toyota Financial Services, the Gazette, and the Kernels are teaming up to encourage elementary students throughout the community to read. Kernels players will visit 38 elementary schools this spring to talk with students about the benefits of reading. Girls and boys will then be rewarded with nifty prizes for achieving reading milestones. Toyota Financial Services, the Gazette, and the Kernels, proud to stand behind our community's youth for reading.
Next up, a musical taste of Dr. Pepper. It's a new spin on an old vibe. From me to you, a tasty sip of Dr. Pepper for your ear, and it starts like this.
I'm a pepper, he's a pepper, she's a pepper, we're a pepper, wouldn't you like to be a pepper?
Now that's cool, but pepper, it's a little better. So let's slide in a taste of this.
I'm a pepper, he's a pepper,
Right on. But there's still more to it. I mean, there's nothing like it, because every sip is a kick and mash up of 23 different flavors. So for the true taste of Dr. Pepper, we dial it up even more.
I'm a pepper.
Heck, you know it. With 23 flavors mixed into one full taste, every sip is a cool mix of music to your mouth. Dr. Pepper, there's more to it.
Tommy Mendoza has gotten ahead of the number 7 hitter, Jabalito Hernandez, Now a curveball is ripped into left, and Stan Strell Smith fades back a few steps to put it away. Joselito Hernandez, who led off the Dayton second inning with the base hit to right, has lined out to left to open up the bottom of the fourth inning. Let's give you the dimensions here at this beautiful ballpark, the only stadium in the Midwest League with 2 decks. In fact, I'm at the suite level, just to the right of home plate. Down below me, as part of this deck, are 6 rows of maroon seats. That comprises the so-called plaza or mezzanine or second deck here at Fifth Third Ballpark. Then down below are 8 rows of maroon seats and 10 rows of green seats that comprise the lower level. Strike one is in to right-handed batting catcher Chris Denovi. And now he swings and misses. Strike two. Denovi has played in 16 of the Dragon 30 games. He's hitting 181. No homers, 6 RBI. 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 5-4 Dragons. Strike 3 called on the outside corner, and Denovi has an earful to the plate umpire. And he's still barking at the man in blue knit top and gray trousers. Here's Josh Holden, who reached on a fielder's choice and then scored on a run-scoring double by Mike Griffin, the leadoff batter. That happened in the second inning. 3:20 down the lines here at Fifth Third Field. And the batter's hit. Tommy Mendoza hit the left-handed hitter Holden in the lower leg. And that's the first batter Tommy has hit all season. Josh Holden was struck with a fastball on the front lower leg, and he was shaken up a bit, but he's all right. He walks down to first base. Colonel outfield plays this leadoff hitter Mike Griffin straight away. 3:20 down the lines, and then the 8-foot-high wall angles out towards the center field away from home plate and becomes 338, very close to the lines. It's 381 to the left center field power alley. The wall goes from 8 feet high to 12 feet high there. 402 to straightaway center. There goes the runner, a pitch high, a ball, Flint's throw to second, and not in time. It was Josh Holden stealing his first base of the year. He was probably a little bit upset with being hit by Tommy Mendoza's first pitch, so he said, well, I'm going to channel my anger or my thoughts towards stealing second, and he did. Mike Griffin, meanwhile, took a pitch high from Tommy Mendoza. Now Tommy comes set and delivers high for ball 2. That sends Flint Whiskey out to the hill. A mammoth scoreboard is really the star of the show here in Dayton. I remember when our great general manager, Jack Rader, visited here before our spectacular new ballpark was built, Veterans Memorial Stadium, and he just gazed at the scoreboard, which has the Fifth Third Field logo on it. Throw to second, and the runner is out. Tommy Mendoza with the throw behind the runner, Josh Holden. There was Dallas Morris at second to take the toss, and Josh Holden was picked off to end the inning. It went 2-4. No runs for Dayton in the fourth. No hits. A hit batsman, a stolen base. The man who stole second, Holden, was picked off second, and nobody left for Dayton. Finishing the story on the scoreboard, the Fifth Third logo is high atop the video board, and then a couple of green dragon heads on to the left and right of the Fifth Third Field black and red logo, and then a giant video board. We'll take your emails in the top of the fifth inning when the Kernels bat here at Fifth Third Field. Our Bruce Moore Bonanza. You can log on now to Bruce Moore's website at www.brucemore.org. And after 4, Dragons lead the Kernels 5-4. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Who's that cool cooking man? King of the grill, who's Shaw? Patio.
It's time for Clement's Great Grill Challenge. If someone asks you, what's cooking, Daddy-O, tell them Clement's is always lean and juicy. The other guys have more fat, more flare-ups, and shrinking taste. Avoid unnecessary flare-ups. Never substitute fat for flavor. Always grill Clement's. King of the grill, man. The grill's hot. He's cool. Who's your patio?
Back in Dayton, and I think I mentioned on yesterday's broadcast or asked this question, did you know that Mother's Day is less than 2 weeks away? And with Sunday, May 14th fast approaching, Peck's Flower and Garden Center is the place that can deliver your Mother's Day gift of flowers and blooming plants almost anywhere. Peck's invites you to choose from one of their many thoughtful fresh flower bouquets and growing plant arrangements. Peck's is your professional FTD and teleflorist, and they can deliver your Mother's Day gift almost anywhere. I remember sending flowers to my sister-in-law in Alaska a couple of years ago from Peck's. She's a mom, and she loved them. Your mom will be delighted when she receives flowers or plants from Peck's. Be sure to visit Peck's website at pecksflorist.com. Peck's Flower Shop and Garden Center. They've been delivering Mother's Day smiles since 1956. Peck's is located at the corner of Blair's Ferry and Edgewood Road, Northeast. Here we go to the top of the fifth inning in Dayton, where the Dragons answered a pair of runs by the Kernels in the first inning with 3 of their own. The Kernels scored 1 in the second to tie the game at 3. Dayton answered with 2 of the second to take a 5-3 lead, and then the Kernels scored in the third inning to make it 5-4. And that's where we are now, as Brad Kuhn takes a ball, now a strike, and now the next pitch from Bo Lanier is down and in for a ball. If you've been our Bruce Moore Bonanza question winner earlier this spring, that's great. Please don't email us here in Dayton with your answer to our Bruce Moore Bonanza, but certainly play along wherever you are. You can email me easily at John, John, at Kernels, Kernels.com. A pitch wrapped foul passed first by the Colonel left-handed hitting leadoff batter, Brad Kuhn. It evens the count to Brad 2-2. You'll log on to Bruce Moore's website, www.brucemore.org, and you'll find the answer to the question I'll give you on that website from Bruce Moore. Lanier delivers. There's a bouncer to deep third, backhanded by Iman. His long throw just in time to get Brad Kuhn. Brad's 0 for 3, almost reached on an infield single there as he sliced it down the third baseline. Eric Iman backhanded it and then had just enough on his throw to nip Brad Kuhn on a close play. And that's now 4 in a row retired by right-hander Bo Lanier here in Dayton. Our Bruce Moore Bonanza question, and again, you can email me your answer here in Dayton. Here's a ground ball slapped through the hole left side. It's a base hit for Heinle Stacia. Heinle Stacia jumped on the first pitch from the right-hander Bo Lanier and slapped it between the shortstop Janish and Emin, the third baseman, into left field. 1 on, 1 out here in the fifth inning, 5-4 Dragons. Our Bruce Moore Bonanza question with a reward of 2 passes to the Specialty Garden Tour Bruce Moore in Bloom and a Bruce Moore souvenir book. What is the name of the specialty tour in June that traces the development of the formal garden from conception to the current design? Heinle Stacia draws the throw. He's back safely. What's the name of the specialty tour in June that traces the development of the formal garden from conception to the current design? Email us the answer to that Bruce Moore Bonanza question at John at Kernels.com, John at Kernels, Kernels.com. Dallas Morris has singled and scored and flown out to right, and he takes a strike from right-hander Bo Lanier on the outside corner. Lanier is from the University of Georgia, 6 feet 160. He's not your prototypical pitcher. Wears his black socks up high. Dayton's home uniforms have cutout sleeves. The Dragons wear black sleeves underneath them, and the Dragons have their names inscripted on their jerseys above their green numbers. A throw to first, and Stacia dives back in safely. Our Bruce Bruce Moore Bonanza question, what is the name of the specialty tour in June that traces the development of the formal garden from conception to current design? You can find there goes the runner, Hindley, a breaking pitch, a strike, throw to second, not in time, a one hopper that the second baseman, Mike Griffin, had to cut in front of the bag to glove. Meanwhile, Dallas Morris took a breaking pitch at the knees for a strike, but Hindley Stacia, the tying run at second for the Kernels, here in the top of the fifth inning, in a 5-4 game in favor of the Dragons. Bo Lanier, the 6-foot even right-hander, leans in. Now he steps off the rubber. We were talking about Freddie Benavides earlier, the former Cedar Rapids Red, who was the first manager here for the Dragons. Donnie Scott managed here, then Alonzo Powell. Billy Gardner Jr. is the skipper this year. Familiar name to Midwest League fans. He used to manage the old Michigan Battle Cats. I got that name right, and they've been called some different things over the years. The Battle Creek Yankees, the Southwest Michigan Devil Rays. But when Billy Gardner Jr. managed the Boston Red Sox minor leaguers in the late 90s, they were the Michigan Battle Cats. He's now the skipper here for the Cincinnati Red minor leaguers. Dallas Morris is jammed, and he pounds one off his foot. And I mean he pounded it. It ricocheted all the way to the third baseman, Eric Eyman. Eyman was playing near the bag at third, and he fielded that ball that Dallas Morris struck off his foot. Hindley Stacia's at second. One away, and a 1-2 count on the Colonel hottest hitter, Dallas Moore. Well, he and Flint Whipke are our hottest hitters. Flint's riding an 8-game hitting streak. Dallas's average is up to 225 after he had 3 hits yesterday, including a 2-run homer in the first inning. Morris, a right-handed batter, hitting third in the Allen Motor Company lineup. Bo Lanier, as the runner goes, Morris hits one in the air to straightaway center. Hindley Stacia's going to have to come back. He does, as B.J. Szymanski makes the play in right center field. The center fielder had to glide pretty far to his left to make the catch on Dallas Morris's fly ball. Hindley Stacia was all the way to third base. Bobby Magallanes said, hey, gotta hustle back. Hindley did, and it was caught by B.J. Szymanski. So there are 2 gone here in the Colonel fifth inning. And the cleanup man, Jordan Wren's bats. Jordan socked a 2-run homer in the first, the 15th Colonel home run of the year, and then an RBI double in the third inning. So he's 2 for 2, and he's driven in 3 of the Colonel 4 runs. Lanier pumps the fastball in on the outside corner. Bo Lanier in relief of starter Johnny Cueto. Cueto only went 3 innings. The Colonels roughed him up. 4 runs on 6 hits. He struck out 4 and walked none. Bo Lanier's record is 1-1 with a 3.14 ERA. His fastball is downstairs, 1-1 to Wren's. Well, let's give you that Bruce Moore Bonanza question one more time. You can find the answer to it on Bruce Moore's website, www.brucemore.org. What is the name of the specialty tour in June that traces the development of the formal garden from conception to the current design? And if you find the answer to that question on Bruce Moore's website, you can email me the answer at John, John, at Kernels, KERNELS.com. A high fly ball into left should end the inning. Josh Holden drifts near the line. He waits and has it. Jordan Wren's flies to left, and the Colonels had Hindley Stacia at second with only 1 out, but Bo Lanier prevented the game-tying hit by Morris or Jordan. No runs in the 5th for the Colonels. 1 hit, a stolen base. There were no Dragon errors. The Colonels leave a man aboard and have stranded 3. After 4.5 on a beautiful Monday night here in Dayton, the Colonels trailed the Dragons by a run, 5-4. This is Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
The summer heat can be so oppressive unless you can keep your cool. Who do you you call when your cooling system fails? Call on the A-Team at Ahern Plumbing and Heating. The A-Team can inspect and ensure that your cooling system is good to go when you need it most. 24 hours a day, rely on the A-Team from Ahern Plumbing and Heating. Call 393-4872. 393-4872 for Ahern Plumbing and Heating.
Advanced Systems, the leader in office technology, is like a great baseball coach when it comes to office productivity. Advanced Systems makes the most of your team. They do it with the latest technology for office productivity from Canon. They're also like a great trainer. Advanced Systems' advanced life support makes sure your office equipment runs at peak levels and fixes it fast if things go wrong. Hit it over the fence with Canon technology from Advanced Systems. Call 832-8291.
Business for the 21st century with Advanced Systems. Coffee works when it's important to you. Coffee works, let your work shine through. Quality coffee, do it for less. Don't settle for second best. Coffee works, computer center. Coffee works, we do it better when you think of coffee. Think of Coffee Works. Coffee works, Coffee works.
We're underway in the fifth, and a pitch is low. Ball one from Tommy Mendoza to Mike Griffin. The leadoff batter was at the plate when Tommy picked off Josh Holden from second. 5-4 Dragons. Now a changeup in the dirt. Want to congratulate Nicole St. Croix. And Nicole, again, I want to apologize if I snapped at you. I certainly didn't mean to. I was disappointed, too, that we had a little bit of trouble with our equipment. Actually, between here in Dayton, it wasn't in Cedar Rapids, it wasn't in Dayton, and you were kind enough to be patient with me, and thank you, Nicole. You've won the Bruce Moore Bonanza. Jill Tracy also emailed us, and Jill will hope that you can answer tomorrow. I know you're a regular listener, but we'll repeat our Bruce Moore Bonanza question and congratulate Nicole St. Croix, who is a very, very big Kernel fan. Here's a chopper to third, and it's off the glove. It's played Travis Schlichting, and it'll be the runner going to second as Smith fumbles it for an error. Some sloppy play by the left side of the Kernel infield and outfield on that one, as Mike Griffin reaches on what I think will be an error on Travis Schlichting and an error on Stan Trell Smith. Not often you see two errors on one ground ball, but I think that might be the case with Mike Griffin reaching second base. They might give him a hit. They might say that that ball was an in-between hop and that Travis Schlichting was justified or couldn't make the play. Then Stan Trell Smith booted it. Oh, okay. Yes. They've asked me for my opinion, and that's how I'd rule it. I'd say a tough hop single past Travis Schlichting. You could rule that either way, but then definitely an error on Stan Trell Smith that allowed the batter, Mike Griffin, to go to second. So it's a base hit. Now a high fly ball to right. Madison Edwards will make the catch, tagging at second Mike Griffin. He'll go from second to third. A strong throw cut off by Heinle Stacia, and the Dragons now have a runner at third with one away. Now, they've credited Mike Griffin with a base hit, a bad hop that ate Travis Schlichting up, but then an error charged on Stan Trell Smith, his first of the year, as he fumbled the ball in left field, allowed Mike Griffin to go to second. Now Paul Janish, the league's leading hitter, you can see why. He hit the ball in the air to right to get his teammate to third. Infield in for the play at the plate, Jay Bruce, the batter. Our Bruce Moore Bonanza question asks you to name the specialty tour in June that traces the development of the formal garden from conception to the current design. And again, Nicole St. Croix, congratulations, Nicole. You'll be rewarded when we get back from our 8-game road trip. We'll pass your name on to the great folks at Bruce Moore, Nicole, and you'll receive 2 passes to the specialty garden tour that you identified, Bruce Moore in Bloom. And Nicole, you've also earned yourself a Bruce Moore souvenir book. And thanks, too, to Jill Tracy. Jill also emailed us here in Dayton. It's 2-0 to Jay Bruce with the infield in. A breaking pitch and a swing and a miss. That was some curve. from Tommy Mendoza down and in to the left-handed batter. Bruce slugged a 2-run homer to tie the game in the first inning, and then he grounded out Trumbo to Mendoza covering in the second inning. Big, husky left-handed batter, and he drives one way back and right onto the grass-sloped seating berm for a 2-run home run. Jay Bruce adds to the Dayton lead with a 2-run homer here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And the crowd, as you can hear, is ecstatic. So a single air, fly ball out to right, and a 2-run homer by Jay Bruce. That's the 3rd Dragon home run of this game. And they up their lead to 7-4. This Dayton ball club will be a tough one to handle in this series because they're hitting the ball so well. They lead the league with a .272 batting average, and they now have 26 home runs, the highest number in the Midwest League for Dayton. Switch hitter B.J. Szymanski has struck out and walked, and he fouls one in the air off to the left. Strike one. 1 out. Base is empty now for Dayton in the bottom of the 5th inning. They own a 7-4 lead. Tommy's curve, and that one's chopped foul, past first. The Kernels get a right-hander up in their bullpen. And down in that bullpen is Brock Butcher. Brock Butcher's warming up for the Kernels in the right field bullpen. Szymanski's a big fella that was injured most of last year, or much of last year. He swings at a fastball and didn't get it. Strike 3. That's 5 strikeouts for Tommy Mendoza. Tommy surrendered 7 runs on 8 hits, 3 of them home runs, but he's also struck out 5 and hit a batter. He has not walked a man. And we've said before, we don't mind taking our lumps as long as our pitchers throw strikes. And our pitchers have thrown strikes this year. And some nights, when you throw strikes and do what the Angels ask you to do, which is so-called pound the zone, meaning get your pitches close to the plate, some nights the other team's going to hit them. Tommy's first pitch is taken for a strike on the outside corner by Eric Eyman, E-Y-M-A-N-N. Eric Eyman. And a fastball downstairs is ball 1. Now a changeup. Tommy pulled the string on the right-handed hitter. Strike 2 swinging. Bottom of the 5th. And a 7-4 game in favor of the Dragons. Tommy winds and delivers. Changeup, a swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts to end the Dayton 2-run 5th inning, and 6 tonight by the 18-year-old Colonel, poised right-hander Tommy Mendoza. The Dragons have 2 runs in the 5th inning, scored twice on 2 hits. There were no Colonel errors. Dayton leaves the bases empty. They've only left 1 man on tonight. We move ahead to the 6th inning here at Fifth Third Field, and it's the Colonels trailing the Dragons by 3, 7-4. You're enjoying Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to the ballpark every Wednesday this season. You heard right. Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to Veterans Memorial Stadium every Wednesday this season. The first 750 of you Colonel fans to enter the gates before Wednesday's home game will receive an envelope full of money inside from Fairfax State Savings Bank. Each of those 750 envelopes will contain a greenback up to a $100 bill. Fairfax State Savings Bank, free money Wednesdays. Come early to line your pocket with cash.
Meet Jim. When it's nice out, he spends weekends in his yard trying to kill weeds. Gotcha. Meet Dave. He spends weekends on the green. That's because Greg's Lawn Service takes care of his lawn. Mowing, fertilizing, pruning, and, weed control. Greg's does the big jobs, too. Landscaping, retaining walls, curb edging, and patios. So when you've had enough of those little devils... Yes. Call 393-0101. Greg's Lawn Service, a cut above the rest.
Hi, I'm Tanya Sedlock, your local Pekin insurance agent at Andrews Insurance here in Cedar Rapids. We all know how quickly life can change. You buy a new car or a new home. Your family is blessed with a new baby. Your teenager starts driving the family car. I'm here to help with a complete line of insurance plans to give you protection when you need it the most. Pekin Insurance has been in business of insuring people for 85 years. I'm here to put your interests first. Please visit me, Tanya Sedlock, at the Andrews Agency.
We're back here at Fifth Third Field in Dayton. I appreciate the Dragon official score asking me about a ruling in the Dayton fifth inning, a play that Mike Griffin reached first base on and ultimately second as a ball kind of ate up Travis Schlichting at third, and they ruled it a base hit and then an error. Here's a shot foul past third by Flint Whipkey. Flint has struck out twice. He has an 8-game hitting streak going. And he's facing right-hander Bo Lanier for the first time. 7-4 Dragons. And we're in the top of the sixth inning. Lanier's working from the stretch, and his next pitch is whistled foul into the backstop. Strike two. The scoreboard here is 6 stories high. Just 1 story higher than our fantastic piece of work in right center field at Veterans Memorial Stadium in the City of Five Seasons. The scoreboard here is high above the left center field wall, above a brick building that houses a giant concession area over the left field wall. Flint, a right-handed batter, takes low and away for ball 2. I know Jack Rader, our general manager, is listening in tonight. And Jack, thank you for the kind send-off yesterday. Appreciate your help in letting us know what's coming up on the next homestand, including our first fireworks show of the season, Saturday, May 20th. Ball 3 high to Flint. Now ball 4. Flint Whipkey draws a leadoff walk here in the top half of the sixth inning. That was a very good at-bat for the Colonel catcher. In steps Mark Trumbo. Mark is struck out swinging and lined out to center. Yes, indeed. The Kernels welcome you to our first fireworks show, Saturday, May 20th. It'll be a special night. The gates open at 4. We'll be playing Kane County, and right after the game, you can join the Kernels on the field for autographs and play catch with your friends. Blistering fastball is strike 1 called to Big Mark Trumbo. Then after the Kernels sign autographs on the field after Saturday night's 5 o'clock start, sit back and enjoy the fireworks. Saturday, May 20th. The 0-1 to Trumbo is a chopper to second. Should be a double play. Griffin to Janish. Now the shortstop throws high, but the first baseman, Jabalito Hernandez, comes off the base and tags out Mark Trumbo. That double play went 4-6-3, and it's the first double play turned by either side tonight, 4-6-3. Whipkey went in hard and got underneath the legs of Paul Janish, but Paul had enough mustard, in fact almost too much on his throw. Leaping high off the bag was Hernandez, and that completes the double play. 2 away here in the sixth inning, and Travis Schlichting the batter. Strike 1 from Bo Lanier. Dayton has a right-hander up in their bullpen. Tall, slender righty. As Bo Lanier has pitched 2 2/3 shutout innings in relief of starter Johnny Cueto. A towering pop foul has Chris Denovi taking his mask off, but you could probably hear it plop down on the roof above us, just to our left. There's no true grandstand roof here. There is a pavilion or a short roof that protects the folks in the suites to our left and right. Breaking pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 on Travis Schlichting, and the Kernels get a leadoff walk drawn by Flint Whipke in the 6th inning, but nothing more. No runs, no hits. There were no Dayton errors, and the Kernels leave the bases empty. After 5.5 at Dayton's Fifth Third Field, the Dragons on top of the Kernels 7-4. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball right here on the Kernel Radio Network.
There's a lot you can do to satisfy your taste for Italian. You can marry one. Do you, Susan Smith, take Giuseppe Florentino? You can drive one. Or you can go to Zio Giano's and feast on Zio's homemade bread, pizzas, and pasta, authentically prepared at Zio Giano's famous Italian style. Zio Giano's for the hometown taste of Italy.
Oh, come to Zio Giano's, the pasta makes you feel. Come to Zio Giano's for real Italiano. Come to Zio Giano's, the pasta.
What do I get at Cost Cutters? Hey, my hair is my trademark. I gotta be able to count on a good cut and stuff to keep my hair looking thick, even if it's not.
I get a good cut, no long wait, a smile, and a little something left over in my wallet.
I get little trims that keep my hair long and healthy, and stuff to make it loose and curly one day, straight and sassy the next.
With expert stylists trained in the latest trends and techniques and your favorite professional styling and hair care products, you'll always get what you're looking for at Cost Cutters. At Cost Cutters, you can always count on convenient, affordable, professional care and products that help you create just the style you want. At Cost Cutters, you'll always get a little more.
What do I get at Cost Cutters? A slick, clean cut, great highlights, and a little wink from the hottest stylist I've ever seen.
Oh, what you're looking for, just yourself.
Bottom of the 6th inning, 7-4 Dragons here in Dayton, and we have a U.S. Cellular call to the Kernel bullpen. Get your wireless relief with Call Me Minutes, only from U.S. Cellular. Brock Butcher takes over on the hill for Tommy Mendoza. And Tommy has performed, I think, admirably here tonight. Yes, he's been roughed up in the hit-and-run department, but he struck out 6 in 5 innings, walked 1, hit a batter. His final line, 5 innings pitched, he allowed 7 runs on 8 hits, struck out 6, walked 1, hit a batter. Tommy will have better days, but when you're going against the best hitting club in the league and your best pitch is a fastball, you learn to adjust, and Tommy did that on and off this evening. And he'll take this start and learn from it. 18-year-old Tommy Mendoza gives way to 22-year-old Brock Butcher. Brock hasn't pitched since Sunday, April 30th. So he's had a long, long layoff. Butcher, a 25th round pick of the Angels, 6'1", 210, 25th round pick last year out of Oxnard Community College. His father, he told us on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show, pitched for the old Quad City Angels. And Brock delivers low and away, ball 2 now, to the Husky right-handed batter, Bobby Mosby. Bobby, as I said earlier, checks in at 6'1", 290, and he bounces one to the left of the plate off his foot. Flint Whipke hustled up the third base line to glove it, but the plate umpire called it foul. Brock Butcher 1-0 this year, on for the 7th time out of the Kernel bullpen, a 3.86 ERA. Butcher's pitched 11 2/3 innings and allowed 15 hits. Struck out 3 in 11 2/3. Brock has walked 2, and the league is hitting .300 against Brock Butcher. 2-1 to right-handed hitting Bobby Mosby. And there's ball 3, low and away. A 2-run homer by Jordan Renz with 2 out in the first inning. Vaulted the Kernels ahead in this one 2-0. Dayton scored 3 in the bottom of the first to take the lead. Mosby cracks the 3-1 pitch foul high up into the screen, and the count full now. Then the Kernels tied the game in the second inning on an RBI double from Stantrell Smith. Here's a line shot into shallow left center, and it's a two-hop single in front of Smith. That ball was hit hard, but off the trademark of Bobby Mosby, and credit Brock Butcher, he did not walk him. He made him hit his way on, and that's exactly what Bobby Mosby did. And that hit for the Dragons their 9th of the evening. On Sunday, May 21st, we'll have another family fun day at the ballpark. Travel advisors will be giving away a basketball signed by the Orlando Magic, beach equipment, and T-shirts. Everybody will be enjoying $1 popcorn, spending time on the field. After the game, getting to run the bases and play catch thanks to Velocity Sports Performance, and the Kernels will sign autographs before the game. The first 2 times the Kernels have signed autographs, it has been on the concourse, and perhaps that was because of wet ground. I'm not sure if that'll be the way we do it from now on, but either way, whether the Kernels come up to you on Sunday the 21st in the concourse or ask you to come down in front of their home first base dugout, the autograph session on Sunday, May 21st will last from 1:20 until 1:40. And then the game starts at 2 on Sunday, May 21st. A 1-1 count and a pitch outside to Jabalito Hernandez. He's single to right and line to left. One on, nobody out for the Dragons in their 6th. And a big swing and a foul off the shin guards of Flint Whipke. Colonel Ketcher evens the count 2-2 to Hernandez. Jabalito's a right-handed batter. With a 2:05 batting mark, no homers, 9 RBIs. Mosby a short lead, he's not running. And a swing and a miss on a slider down and away. Jabalito Hernandez, 25 years old. And this is his 3rd year as a Dragon. He goes down swinging, and that's the first strikeout for Brock Butcher. 1 on, 1 out for Dayton here in the 6th inning. And they lead it 7-4. Chris Denovi's glad that Tommy Mendoza's out of this game. Tommy caught him looking twice. Denovi takes a change up in the dirt, ball 1. Chris is from UCLA. Same school that produced former Angel star Troy Glaus. Glaus then spent a year with the Diamondbacks, and now he's with Toronto, along with former Angel Benji Molina. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Butcher came high and tight that time. Kernels wearing their all-navy blue caps this evening. Started tonight 15-15, so did the Dragons. The Kernels on the road this year, 6 wins, 9 losses. Denovi on a 1-1 delivery. Swings and tips it foul off the chest protector of the Colonel catcher. A light slate of games on the State Farm Major League scoreboard, and we'll keep you posted on those as we go along here tonight. Big Bobby Mosby leads at first. He's not running, and a curveball is looped foul way down the right field line here at Fifth Third Field. A light breeze is blowing from right field to left field. There's a big 4-story brick building beyond the left field foul pole here, called the Reckwart Lumber Company. A comebacker. Brock knocks it down, throws to Stacia out at second, on to first, double play. Brock Butcher starts a double play, a comebacker, and he fielded it, then whirled and threw to Heinle Stacia, the shortstop covering second. Stacia got rid of it in a jiffy over to first baseman Mark Trumbo, and it went 1-6-3. No runs in the Dayton 6th inning, a leadoff single, 1 hit. There were no Colonel errors, a double play. Nobody left for the Dragons. They've only left 1 man in their 6th at-bat. And through 6 innings here in Southern Ohio, Dragons 7, Kernels 4. This is Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
With spring comes a sound we're all familiar with, lawnmowers. The Solid Waste and Recycling Department encourages you to mulch your grass this year, though, instead of bag. It's a practice known as grass cycling. Why grass cycling? Well, it saves time because you don't have to rake or bag your grass clippings. But it also saves money because those clippings contain essential nutrients, reducing your need for expensive fertilizers. Best of all, grass cycling helps to save landfill space. Do your part. Grass cycle. This message from the Solid Waste and Recycling Department.
John Rogers back here at Dayton's Fifth Third Field, where the fans are having a blast as T-shirts are being slingshotted up into the stands. And we've told you we've reminded you that it's never too early to start thinking about Mother's Day. And Tex Flower and Garden Shop has been putting Mother's Day smiles on moms for 50 years now. Tex is open until 8 on weeknights, 5 on weekends. And they're your FTD teleflorist. That means Tex can deliver your Mother's Day gift almost anywhere. Sunday, May 14th is fast approaching. Tex Flower and Garden Shop is the place that can deliver your Mother's Day gift of flowers and plants anywhere. Tex invites you to visit. They're open until 8 on weeknights, 5 on weekends. Stop in. They've been celebrating doing business in our community since 1956. That's 50 years of service and patronage between you and Tex Flower and Garden Shop. Here's a bunt by Madison Edwards, and it's gloved near the mound by the third baseman, Eric Iman. Iman throws out Madison. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning as Madison Edwards tried to bunt his way on. But Eric Iman charged from third, and between the hill and the third base bag, Eric Iman threw out Madison Edwards. 1 gone here in the 7th inning. 7-4 Dayton. Boy, this Bo Lanier looks like he wants to earn a victory tonight out of the Dragon bullpen. He has Stantrell Smith swinging at a curveball and missing strike 1. Lanier continues to work from the stretch, and he misses low for ball 1. The Kernels as a team are batting .245. That's 11th in the 14-team Midwest League, and you compare our .245 team batting average to Dayton's .272, and you wonder how both teams can be 15 and 15. Well, the answer lies in pitching. The Kernel pitching staff has been dynamite all spring. They're ranked third in the league, 2.95 ERA. Dayton's team earned on average 4.44, second to last. A fastball, a strike on the outside edge, and now Smith done in on a changeup from Bo Lanier. Stantrell Smith fans, and there are 2 gone quickly here in the top of the 7th inning. 7-4 Dayton. Bases empty, 2 gone for Brad Kuhn, who was grounded to first, struck out looking, and grounded to third. Kuhn, a left-handed batter, does not wear batting gloves, and a straightaway stance. The first pitch is down and in and goes to the backstop. Ball 1 to Brad. You're never out of a game in this ballpark because the ball jumps off the bat. We're about 20 feet below street level. Lanier's next delivery, down and in, ball 2, and that prompts a trip to the hill by catcher Chris Genovi. Pat McGrath Chevyland used car night is just around the corner. Friday, June 2nd. You could win a used car. 3 people will win a used car during the ball game on Friday, June 2nd on Pat McGrath Chevyland used car night. You must be 18 years or older to win. The game starts at 7 on Friday, June 2nd. Pat McGrath Chevyland used car night. Kuhn taps the pitch foul behind the plate, and it's 2-1 now. Brad's still ahead in the count as Bo Lanier comes set at the letters and fires a strike at the knees. A delayed call by the plate umpire. A right-hander is up on his feet throwing in the Dragon left field bullpen. What a relief effort by Bo Lanier. The Kernels have not scored a run on him in 3 2/3 innings. Ground ball underneath the pitcher's glove. A high hop to the second baseman Griffin. He pegs to first just in time. Brad Kuhn and Eric Owens all over the base umpire. They thought Kuhn beat that one out. Brad Kuhn wrapped it sharply underneath the pitcher's feet, and Mike Griffin, the second baseman, had just enough on his throw from near second base to get Brad Kuhn. The Kernels go in order in the top of the 7th inning. This sellout crowd of over 8,000 on their feet for the 7th inning stretch. And after 6.5, Dayton leads 7-4. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Sylvia, you know that cruise you've always wanted?
Yeah.
Well, there it is.
That would be our house, Bob. Are you feeling all right, dear?
Well, this is so cool. Guaranty Bank will let us use the equity in our home to do just about anything we want. College tuition, a room addition, a cruise, and best of all, the interest may be tax deductible. Now, do you see it? Oh, the sun, the waves, the tropical breezes.
Oh, now I see it. It's a convertible. The sun on my face, the wind in my hair.
See your Guaranty Banker in Cedar Rapids, Marion, or Hiawatha, and use the equity in your home to do whatever you want, even if it's just to get out of the house.
The feel of the road, the roar of the engine.
The roar of the...
Hey, it's my kind of life. Keep your hands off my Porsche, Bobby boy.
Guaranty Bank. Your kind of life.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Consult your tax advisor for interest deductibility. Some restrictions apply.
If you're looking to enhance your property's appearance, function, or value, make the experts at King's Materials your most reliable teammate. Retaining walls? You bet. Custom patios? Bingo. Walkways and steps? King's Material says yes. King's Material has all the bricks, concrete, and stone elements to make your landscaping, masonry, and architectural projects become a reality. To view the astonishing array of beautiful and innovative products King's Material can bring to your home, yard, or business, visit King's online at kingsmaterial.com.
Bottom of the 7th inning with Dayton leading the Kernels 7-4. Left-handed hitting Josh Holden has reached on a fielder's choice, been hit by a pitch, stolen second, and been picked off second. So he's 0 for 1. Brock Butcher's first pitch, high and away. Just past 9 o'clock here in Southern Ohio. You're enjoying Kernel Baseball on ESPN Radio. You're enjoying Kernel Baseball on KMRY 1450. A ground ball to first. Mark Trumbo charges and then has to pivot his body and flip it underhand about 30 feet to Brock Butcher, who arrived right on the spot for it. That was a good hustling play by Brock Butcher, who beat Josh Holden to first base with an assist from Mark Trumbo. It went 3-1. One out, nobody on for Mike Griffin. He has doubled home a run and scored, singled and scored. Ball one, just missed low to Mike Griffin. Brock's 1-0. Fastball, that darts inside to the right-handed batter. Allen Motor Company, of course, always sponsors our Kernel starting lineups, and with the problem we incurred, the little snafu between here and Cedar Rapids, we didn't have a chance during the starting, we didn't have a chance to give you the starting lineups, and Allen Motor Company sponsors those. A 3-0 pitch drops in at the knees, strike one to right-handed hitting Mike Griffin. You can now purchase the 2005 Buick LeSabre at Allen's for just $199 a month, and that includes your first year's maintenance free. Strike two on the outside corner. Mike Griffin presumed that was a ball outside, and he showed the umpire up by tossing his bat towards the Dayton third base dugout. Griffin's from Baylor University, 22-year-old. And he chops one to third. Travis Schlichting gloves it to his left about letter high and pegs to first to retire Mike Griffin. 2 away here in the 7th inning. Most of the scoring tonight came early. 2 in the first for the Kernels on a 2-run blast by Jordan Renz. Dayton struck with 3 in the first inning off Tommy Mendoza, a Jay Bruce 2-run blast, an Eric Iman solo home run. Kernels countered with a run in the second to tie the game. Dayton answered with 2 in the second to take a 5-3 lead. Then the Kernels scored a run in the third to make it 5-4. And Dayton tallied a pair in the fifth inning to make it 7-4. And that's where we are right now in the bottom of the seventh inning, 7-4 Dragons. Brock Butcher misses high, and it's 2-0 to Paul Janish, the league's leading hitter. A high fly ball way back in left. Smith at the wall. Fourth home run of the evening for the Dragons. Paul Janish trots around the bases with his third hit. And it's 8-4 Dragons now here in the seventh inning. Janish reaches the Dragons' lair in left field with the fourth home run by the Dragons. Paul Janish hitting .390. He's 3 for 4 with a double, an RBI double, and a home run. I think he'll be hitting over 400 when we play here tomorrow evening. Paul Janish is 3 for 4. Well, when a guy's hitting .390, you figure he's a pretty good hitter. And Janish has shown the Kernels that he's worthy of that distinction as the league's top hitter. 2 doubles and a home run tonight. We have our first final on the State Farm Major League scoreboard, and I wish it was better news. Our parent club is really struggling, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. They were whipped at Rogers Center in Toronto tonight 5-1 by the Blue Jays. Boy, the Angels are having the same trouble our ball club is having. Lack of offense. Left-handed hitting Jay Bruce swings and misses, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jay Bruce. 8-4 now Dragons. They've out-hit the Kernels 10-7, and we're in the bottom of the seventh inning. Jay Bruce has a pair of 2-run homers. He chops one to first. Mark Trumbo charges and throws with his body carrying him towards the mound. Hits Brock Butcher on the run for the out. So Trumbo and Butcher hook up on 2 putouts in this seventh inning. 1 run for the Dragons on 1 hit. Their 4th home run of the game. There were no Kernel errors, and Dayton leaves the bases empty. They've still only left 1 man in 7 innings. Kernels come to bat in the top of the 8th. Dayton now leads 8-4. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Jumpstart your future with learning from Kirkwood Community College. No matter what your age or previous work experience, you have new opportunities as close as your phone. 398-5517. Kirkwood has hundreds of choices for career and technical programs. Kirkwood has financial aid and support options to help you succeed, and Kirkwood has locally based centers to help you balance work, family, and learning. Kirkwood is ready when you're ready. Call Kirkwood Admissions today. 398-5517. Kirkwood. Start here, go anywhere.
Convenience and trust, 2 things all of us want. At Tri-State Travel, we offer both. It's convenient for you to make 1 call or 1 visit to our office for all your travel needs. A 1-day tour, a cruise, a trip to Branson, to charter a motor coach. For 66 years, Tri-State Travel has been a name you can trust to provide quality products. Come see why you can trust us to provide the convenience you expect. Tri-State Travel, now at our new location on 7th Street Southwest.
When it comes to auto insurance, Westside Agency in Palo, your professional Pekin insurance agency, will make certain you're properly insured with the right coverages and deductibles. Westside Agency will tell you about the money-saving discounts from Pekin Insurance. Multi-car discount, good student discount, loss-free discount, 45-plus auto discount, auto home discount, low mileage discount. To see if you qualify for any of these auto discounts that will lower your premiums, visit Westside Agency in Palo.
A new hurler takes over for Dayton here in the top of the 8th inning. Wayne Lundgren, Lundgren. Bo Lanier is in line for a win. That is if the Kernels can't rally, and the Kernels are within striking distance. 8-4 Dragons as we open the 8th. Heinley Stacia has 2 of the Kernels' 7 hits tonight. Switch hitter batting left, a .262 average. Ball one outside. Now a fastball from Lundgren is a strike. Bo Lanier was brilliant in relief of starter Johnny Cueto. Lanier went 4 innings, allowed no runs on 1 hit. Here's a ground ball off the pitcher, and it rolls towards the first base line. It's the 3rd hit in a row. It's the 3rd hit in a row for Heinle Stacia. And Randy Brackney and the Dayton Brain Trust all out to the hill to see if Wayne Lundgren is all right. Heinle Stacia has wrapped a single off the upper body of Wayne Lundgren. And that is a good start for the Kernels in the 8th inning. Stacia has 3 of the Kernel 8 hits. Again, the final numbers on relief pitcher Bo Lanier. 4 innings pitched. He allowed no runs on 1 hit, struck out 2, walked 1. It looks like Wayne Lundgren will be able to stay in this game. He's a lanky, tall right-hander. They're going to give him a few test pitches to see if he has suffered any type of injury from that comebacker. And Lundgren appears to be just fine. He's a 6'6" right-hander. And he indeed will be able to stay in this game. Wayne has won 1 and lost 1 on the year. Wayne Lundgren. Working out of the Dragon bullpen for the 10th time. 3.46 ERA, 2 saves. He's allowed 12 hits in 13 innings. Struck out 8 and walked 1. Wayne Lundgren. Greeted by a Heinle Stacia comebacker for a single. Here's Dallas Morris bouncing one to short. Janish has it. Underhands to second, out. Griffin to first for a double play. Well, that old twin killing has helped the Dragons tonight. That's the second double play they've turned. It went shortstop to second to first. A high bouncer off the bat of Dallas Morris. 6-4-3. Kernels got a leadoff walk from Flip Whitke in the 6th inning, and he was erased in a double play. A leadoff single from Heinle Stacia here in the 8th inning. He's erased in a double play, and you can bet Bobby Magallanes will go back into his running mode in Game 2 tomorrow to try to keep the Kernels out of those double plays. Here's Jordan Renz. He's driven in 3 of the Kernel 4 runs. 2-run homer in the first, RBI double in the 3rd. Renz takes strike 1 on the outside edge. Wayne Lundgren fires high and in for ball 2. Dayton's record here at home is 9-6. Or check that, they're 6-9 here at Fifth Third Field. 6-9. They're 9-6 on the road. Strike 2 called, a changeup to Jordan. Renz batting .261 with a team-high 4 home runs and a team-high 19 runs driven in. And the 1-2 is taken low and away in the dirt. The grass pattern here are... The mowing pattern is vertical lines that point straight out towards the wall. A towering pop-up to the left side of the Dragon infield. Underneath it is Eric Iman, and he gloves it on the grass between the mound and shortstop. Jordan Renz pops out to third, and the Kernels can't break through in the 8th inning off the new pitcher Wayne Lundgren. No runs for the Kernels in the 8th. 1 hit, a double play. There were no errors, and the Kernels leave the bases empty. We go to the home half of the 8th at Fifth Third Field, and the Dragons own an 8-4 lead over the Kernels. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Service second to none. South Slow Cooperative. We're here for your communication needs. Internet service, telephone, and TV. As a cooperative telephone company, our members are owners. We make a good team. Service second to none. South Slow Cooperative Communication.
Get ready for summer and beat high gas prices with a pre-owned vehicle from Randy Keel Honda. Their inventory is jam-packed with fuel-efficient vehicles designed to save you money. Get an economical sedan for your daily commute, or indulge your sporty side with a high-performance coupe. Randy Kill Honda carries a large selection of Honda certified pre-owned vehicles, backed by a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty and 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Need to haul the entire family? For a limited time, you can get special financing on Honda certified pre-owned Odyssey. Whatever your driving needs, Randy Kill Honda has the vehicle for you. Visit Randy Kill Honda on Centerpoint Road Northeast or online at randykill.com. Randy Kill Honda, where they treat you right.
We have a new Colonel hurler in the bottom of the 8th inning with the Dragons on top 8-4. Brock Butcher gives way to Robert Romero. The Colonel right-hander Butcher hurled 2 innings in relief of starter Tommy Mendoza, allowed 1 run on 2 hits, struck out 1, and walked none. This call to the Colonel bullpen sponsored by U.S. Cellular. Get your wireless relief with Call Me Minutes, only from U.S. Cellular. Robert Romero, right-hander out of Grayson Community College in Texas, the same school that produced former Colonel star right-hander and Angel starter John Lackey. Robert is 0-1 this year. He's pitching for the 6th time, a 2.70 ERA for Robert Romero. Robert last pitched Friday at home against Wisconsin. He pitched 2 scoreless innings against the Timber Rattlers. Romero will face the cleanup batter, switch hitter out of Princeton, B.J. Szymanski. Szymanski's second in the league with 8 home runs. He's driven in 18 RBIs. Nothing for 2 tonight, and he has a walk. Swing and a miss by the switch hitter, strike 1. Szymanski, Hyman, and Mosby here in the Dayton 8th inning. Over 7,000 here tonight. And Robert misses downstairs for ball 1. We told you the final on the State Farm Major League scoreboard at Rogers Center in Toronto. The Blue Jays whipped our parent club, the Angels, 5-1. Our look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard is brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Dale Thompson, Gary Shubat, Al Shuttler, and Brad Dunn. Ball 2 high and away from the 5'10", 190-pound right-hander Robert Romero. The 2-1. Outside, a fastball. Elsewhere at Ameriquest Field in Arlington, Texas, the Rangers lead Minnesota 6-3. Kansas City's hosting the Tribe, and the Royals and Indians are tied 2-2. That game is in the bottom of the 4th inning. Swinging a foul by Szymanski, and that runs the count full. Later tonight, the Devil Rays take on the Mariners at Safeco Field. Only one game in progress in the National League. The Cardinals are hosting the Rockies, and Colorado's, there's ball 4. It skips in the dirt low and in, and Robert Romero opens up the Dayton 8th by issuing a free pass to B.J. Szymanski. And that's only the second walk issued by Colonel pitching tonight. Colorado's won 3 in a row, and they're pasting the Redbirds at Busch Stadium 5-0 in the top of the 5th inning. Later tonight, the Cubs and Padres at Petco Park, and the Astros and Giants play at SBC Park in San Francisco. So a light slate of games on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Here it's 8-4 Dayton. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. A throw to first, and the runner back safely. Szymanski was caught trying to steal second by Flint Whipke in the 3rd inning. There's a fastball downstairs for ball 1. Kane County and Peoria lead the Western Division first half standings. They're both 17-13. There goes the runner. A pitch, a strike, and no throw by Flint Whipke. It's a steal, a head-first slide by Szymanski, as the pitch was a strike call to Eric Hyman, the right-handed batter. So the Cougars and Chiefs are tied atop the Western Division standings. Beloit is a game and a half back. They're 15-14. The Kernels 15-15, 2 back. And Wisconsin 1 game under. Here's a chopper fair past first into the right field corner. Scoring easily is B.J. Szymanski. The Colonel bullpen has to get out of the way. They didn't in time, so Eric Hyman is at third with a triple. Well, the Colonel bullpen didn't help Madison Edwards much. That ball scattered them, but it got caught underneath the bullpen bench, and Madison Edwards couldn't find it. And as a result, Eric Hyman has his second extra base hit of the night, a triple past first base. It got lost underneath the Colonel bullpen bench. And now the infield's in for the play at the plate. It's 9-4 Dragons. Bobby Mosby's 1 for 3 so far tonight. Right-handed hitter. Singled off Brock Butcher leading off the 6th inning. He faces Robert Romero for the first time. A fastball outside from Robert, ball 1. A walk, stolen base, and RBI triple. Eric Hyman, E-Y-M-A-N-N, is at third base. He homered in the first inning to put Dayton in front 3-2. Infield in, and a high pop foul sails over the sweeps behind home plate. One to Bobby Mosby. Infield in for the play at the plate. A change up in the dirt. Flint Whipke has the ball roll a few feet behind him, but not far enough for Eric Hyman to advance home. We're here tomorrow evening. We'll have the South Slope Communications Triple Play show for you at 5:40. Hopefully be able to bring you the chat we had with Warner Madrigal before tonight's series opener. There's a fastball that missed low and away, ball 3. Schlichting, Stacia, Morris, Trumbo, left to right on the Colonel infield are in for the play at the plate. Bobby Mosby's ahead, 3-1, and he powders the 3-1 delivery foul on a line way down the right field line. The payoff pitch. Swinging a foul straight back. Dayton is a great sports town. It's an hour from Cincinnati. And they host every year what is called the play-in game. The 2 teams that play in for a berth in the NCAA tournament. Here's a line shot corked into right at Edwards. Madison has it. His throw home is high and late, and scoring is Eric Hyman. And it's 10-4 Dragons. That's a sacrifice fly. Bobby Mosby lined it into right. Madison Edwards stabbed it, and Madison made a strong throw home all the way on the fly, but it was late and a bit high. And Eric Hyman slid in safely to make it 10-4. Well, Bobby Janish did everything he could to ensure the Kernels had a good chance at winning this series opener. We left after yesterday's afternoon game at about 7:10. Arrived here at 4:30 this morning, and most of the guys were up and active around noon. Came here to the ballpark at 3 o'clock. Took batting practice. But when you're facing the best hitting team in the league, they lead the league in batting average and home runs, you better know you'll be in for a battle. And it's been a battle tonight, 10-4 Dragons. A 1-1 pitch from Romero is low and away. Ball 2 to Jabalito Hernandez, who is singled line to left and struck out. Now a fastball from the Colonel right-hander paints the outside edge, evens the count 2-2. A giant dark green net rises above the 12-foot high green padded wall in center for a beautiful ideal batter's eye. A grass slope seating berm above the right field wall. Advertising built in electronically to that wall. Swing and a tip foul by the batter Hernandez. He swung and missed according to the plate umpire. The ball laid on the ground and it was picked up by Flint Whipkey, who tagged Hernandez out. Excuse me, he should have been hustling towards first if he knew he swung and missed that pitch, but he stood at home plate and was tagged out. 2 gone here in the Dragon. 8th inning, 10-4 Dayton. Chris Denovi from UCLA at the plate. Denovi has had a tough night at the dish. He struck out looking twice and wrapped into a double play. Now he breaks his bat and bounces one at the feet of Mark Trumbo. The first baseman waves off Romero, makes the play unassisted at first to end the inning. In the Dayton 8th inning, 2 runs on 1 hit, a walk, a stolen base, a sacrifice fly. There were no Colonel errors. Dayton leaves the bases empty. Dayton has left just 1 man on and 8 at-bats tonight. Colonels come to bat in the top of the 9th with the Dragons leading 10-4. This is Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
The next time you catch yourself about ready to throw away a glass jar or glass bottle, stop. Glass jars and bottles are recyclable. Simply rinse out your glass, put the lids in your blue recycling box, and place the glass items in a plastic container. A plastic bucket or small plastic wastebasket will do just fine. Use 1 plastic container for clear glass and a second separate container for colored glass. Set your plastic container or containers with your glass in them next to your blue recycling box for curbside collection. Remember, glass is recyclable.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin. You know, Hometown Restyling has served Eastern Ireland since 1986, providing the very finest in windows, siding, and sunrooms. Their experienced staff can handle the job from start to finish, including plans, permits, and inspections. Plus, Hometown Restyling is nationally recognized by Professional Remodeler, Qualified Remodeler, and Remodeling magazines. Call Hometown Restyling for your next remodeling project, or better yet, visit one of our beautiful showrooms in Hiawatha or Coralville. Hometown Restyling, because there's no place like home.
Technology pervades every aspect of our daily lives. This remarkable age we live in has a machine or a computer to meet almost all of our needs. But you won't find a technological device that can provide you with the personal attention for something as important as insurance. Neighbor Insurance Services, your professional Pekin insurance agency in Hiawatha, is trained on all insurance matters, including how much coverage is enough coverage. For personal attention to all of your insurance needs, see the insurance professionals at Neighbor Insurance Services in Hiawatha.
9th inning, and Wayne Lundgren will pitch to Flint Whipkey, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. Let's see if Flint can perhaps extend his hitting streak to 9 games. More importantly, let's see if he can get the Colonels started on the comeback trail, down by 6 here in the 9th inning. Flint swings on the first pitch and bounces it foul behind home plate, strike 1. Now a shot to the shortstop. He dives and can't get it. It's a base hit, and the Colonel's Flint Whipkey has extended his hitting streak to 8 games. And that hit for the Colonels is their 9th of the game. Flint Whipkey roped one just past the diving shortstop, Paul Janish. Paul's done everything else tonight. Started a couple of double plays, belted 2 doubles and homered, and he almost made a circus catch to rob Flint Whipkey of a hit, but he came up just short. It went sailing into left field for a leadoff single. Now a bouncer back a third, a foul ball off the bat of Mark Trumbo, strike 1. Dayton on top, 10-4 here in the 9th inning. Really appreciate all of you who have been here with us from the outset, and we certainly didn't mean to disappoint you with some unexpected problems that were really no one's fault. But we'll work on them tomorrow and see if we can get things in great shape. Strike 2 call to the Colonel first baseman, Mark Trumbo. 9 hits for the Kernels tonight. But we've hit into 2 double plays. Here's a high pop foul, knuckling over the first base Kernel dugout. Mark Trumbo protecting that plate in the hole 0-2. Dayton has 10 runs on 11 hits. 4 of them home runs, 2 doubles, and a triple. Here's a swing and a foul right back here onto the loge section. You can call a second deck a lot of different things in a stadium. I've heard a second deck referred to as a loge, a mezzanine, a terrace, a plaza, a tier. Lundgren delivers, and a looper to short, a pop-up off Mark's fist, and it's caught by Paul Janish. So Mark Trumbo is popped to short. 1 out here in the top of the 9th inning for Travis Schlichting. Travis singled and scored on a Santrell Smith RBI double in the 2nd inning that tied this game at 3. Eight of the game's 14 runs were scored in the first 3 innings. Drive into deep center. B.J. Szymanski is back, and he has it. Travis Schlichting hit it hard and deep, but to straightaway center. 2 gone now in the Dragon 8th inning, or in the Colonel 9th inning. And it's 10-4 Dayton. Lanier is the pitcher of record in this game for the Dragons because he took over after 3 innings for the starter, Johnny Cueto. Madison Edwards, left-handed batter, takes low for ball 1. 2 away, runner at first. 10-4 Dragons. There's a fastball in for a strike called, and it's 1-1 to Madison. Madison Edwards, nothing for 3 tonight, batting with 2 away. Flint Whipkey at first. Top of the 9th inning. A broken bat bouncer, and big Wayne Lundgren lunges to his right, has it, throws the batter out. Well, the series opener goes to the Dragons, 10-4. The game only took 2.5 hours. And Dayton used the long ball to whip the Kernels here tonight, 10-4. Madison Edwards breaks his bat and chops back to the left of the mound. Wayne Lundgren lunged off the hill, gloved it, and pegged in time to get Madison. In the 9th, no runs for the Kernels. 1 hit, a leadoff single. There were no Dragon errors, and the Kernels leave a runner aboard. Stranded 4 in bowing to the Dragons here tonight, 10-4. We'll be back with the totals, highlights, and more next on the Colonel Curtain Call here on the Colonel Radio Network.
Step up to the plate this summer and nominate your favorite Cedar Rapids Colonel for the Rockwell Collins Fans Choice Award. Every time you catch a Colonels game, fill out a Fans Choice ballot to recognize the efforts of your favorite ball players. Then drop the ballot in the designated box at the souvenir stand. During the season's final homestand, Rockwell Collins will present the Fans Choice Trophy to the player with the most votes and make a donation to that player's favorite charity. Rockwell Collins and the Cedar Rapids Kernels, teammates working for a better community.
Second to none, South Slope Cooperative. We're here for your communication needs. Internet service, telephone, and TV. As a cooperative telephone company, our members are owners. We make a good team. Second to none, South Slope Cooperative Communication.
You've worked hard, and you're finally your own boss. As a business owner, you may not want to hear the word liability, but it comes with the territory. Smart business owners protect their investments with a business owner's policy from Neighbor Insurance Services, your professional Pekin insurance agency in Hiawatha. Neighbor Insurance Services can show you how to secure the right amount of protection for your business at affordable rates. Your business is important. See Neighbor Insurance Services in Hiawatha for business owners insurance.
Welcome back to the Colonel Curtin Call, to Fifth Third Field here in Dayton, where the Dragons pounded out 4 home runs and took an early lead and beat the Kernels 3-2. We had a little bit of a trouble out of the gate this evening getting started, so we've got just a couple of more thank yous to our sponsors. We'll hear from them, and then we'll commence formally our Colonel Curtin Call in just one moment. The Dragons 10, the Kernels 3, and we'll have that Colonel Curtin Call after this word.
Next up, a musical taste of Dr. Pepper. It's a new spin on an old vibe. From me to you, a tasty sip of Dr. Pepper for your ear, and it starts like this.
I'm a pepper, he's a pepper, she's a pepper, we're a pepper, wouldn't you like to be a pepper?
Now that's cool, but pepper, it's a little better. So let's slide in a taste of this.
I'm a pepper, she's a pepper,
Right on. But there's still more to it. I mean, there's nothing like it, because every sip is a kick and mash up of 23 different flavors. So for the true taste of Dr. Pepper, we dial it up even more.
I'm a pepper.
You know it. With 23 flavors mixed into one bold taste, every sip is a cool mix of music to your mouth. Woo! Dr. Pepper, there's more to it.
Your home is a place for savoring all the good things in life. It's a place for celebrations. It's a place where memories are created. To make sure your home is properly insured, visit Sheets Forest Draper in Marion, your professional Pekin insurance agency. Sheets Forest Draper will give you all important details about homeowners insurance with complete coverages and surprisingly affordable rates. Visit Sheets Forest Draper in Marion for homeowners insurance for your well-lived and well-loved home.
It's time for the Colonel's Curtain Call. Now, with a game recap, a complete look at the State Farm scoreboard, and a look ahead to upcoming action, let's rejoin the voice of the Colonel, John Rogers.
Oh, thank you so much. John Rogers back here at Dayton's Fifth Third Field, where the Dragons go one game above the 500 mark. They're now 16-15. The Colonels sink to one game below at 15-16. The ball game got off to a promising start. The starters were Johnny Cueto, a right-hander for Dayton, and 18-year-old Tommy Mendoza for the Kernels. And after Cueto got the first 2 Kernels in the first inning, Dallas Morris singled to left, and Jordan Renz followed with his team-high 4th home run of the season to left field. And that put the Kernels ahead 2-0. It also meant that PRC, the former Access Direct, PRC's Community Care, donated another $25 to the Haycap Food Reservoir. It was the 15th Colonel home run of the season, and that means PRC's Community Care has put forth $400 to the Haycap Food Reservoir in their Home Runs for the Hungry initiative. Unfortunately, the Colonel 2-0 lead did not last long. With 1 out in the first, Paul Janish, the league's leading hitter, doubled to left. Jay Bruce followed with a 2-run homer, his 6th of the season, onto the right field grass slope seating berm to tie the game at 2. With 2 out, Eric Iman went yard. He belted his 2nd of the year, a solo shot to left, and Dayton led it 3-2. But the Colonels tied it in the 2nd inning. A 1-out single to right by Travis Schlichting. He scored all the way from first on a Santrell Smith double into the right field corner, and that tied the game at 3. But Dayton bounced right back with 2 runs in the bottom of the 2nd inning. A leadoff single by Jovelito Hernandez. Chris DeNovi then struck out looking. Josh Holden hit a ground ball to short that should have been an any double play. Heinle Stacia threw to second. Jovelito Hernandez was out. Dallas Morris, in transferring the ball from his glove to his throwing hand, bobbled it, and that allowed the batter, Josh Holden, to reach. Instead of a double play, the inning continued, and Mike Griffin squared off on a Tommy Mendoza pitch and belted it into the right field corner for an RBI double. That gave Dayton a 4-3 lead. Paul Janish followed with a double down the left field line that scored Griffin and made it 5-3 Dragons after 2 innings. In the third, though, the Kernels cut that 5-3 lead to 1 run. Heinle Stacia, who had 3 of the Kernel 9 hits tonight, singled to start the third inning. And 1 out later, Jordan Wren socked a double over the head of the left fielder Josh Holden, and Stacia scored standing up all the way from first base, and the Kernels cut Dayton's lead to 5-4 with that run in the third inning. The Dragons made it 7-4 in the fifth inning as they scored 2 on a 2-run homer by Jay Bruce. It was his second 2-run homer off Tommy Mendoza, and it made it 7-4. The Dragons tallied a run in the seventh inning off reliever Brock Butcher, the 4th home run of the night by the Dragons. A solo shot by Paul Janish made it 8-4, and then a walk, triple, and sacrifice fly off Robert Romero in the 8th inning allowed Dayton to sew this one up with a pair in the 8th inning, and they won it 10-4. Here's the final line score. For Dayton, 10 runs, 11 hits, no errors. They only left 1 man on. The Kernels, 4 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. The Kernels stranded 4. The winning pitcher was relief hurler Bo Lanier. He worked 4 scoreless innings in relief of starter Johnny Cueto. Lanier's now 2-1. The Kernel loser was Tommy Mendoza. He's 1-3. The game only took 2.5 hours, and there were 7,790 here to see Dayton's series opening win. We'll be back in just a moment and enjoy our PRC play of the game here on the Kernel Radio Network.
Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to the ballpark every Wednesday this season. You heard right. Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to Veterans Memorial Stadium every Wednesday this season. The first 750 of you Kernel fans to enter the gates before Wednesday's home game will receive an envelope full of money inside from Fairfax State Savings Bank. Each of those 750 envelopes will contain a greenback up to a $100 bill. Fairfax State Savings Bank, free money Wednesdays. Come early to line your pocket with cash.
There's a lot you can do to satisfy your taste for Italian. You can marry one. Do you, Susan Smith, take Giuseppe Valentina? You can drive one. Or you can go to Zio Giano's and feast on Zio's homemade bread, pizzas, and pasta, authentically prepared in Zio Giano's famous Italian style. Zio Giano's for the hometown taste of Italy.
Oh, come to Zio Giano's, the pasta makes you feel. Come to Zio Giano's, for the Italiano. Come to Zio Giano's, the pasta makes.
Dayton slugs 4 home runs, adding to their league-high total. They now have knocked out 27 home runs in 31 games, and they win this series opener 10-4. Time now to enjoy our PRC Kernel play of the game. A job at PRC, the former Access Direct in Cedar Rapids, is a job you'll love. They term their benefit package Life Essentials, and that benefit package, those Life Essentials, include a 401k retirement savings plan, medical, dental, vision, and pet insurance, and a flexible schedule. You can learn more about a team that cares for your needs and gives you the ability to grow by visiting PRC's website. It's www.prcnet.com. With Dayton leading this game 5-3 in the third inning, Heinle Stacia singled to lead off the inning, the first of his 3 straight singles. He was at first with 1 out when Jordan Renz came to the plate. Let's pick up the action there with our PRC play of the game.
Will be on at any moment here. Jordan Renz tags one deep to left. Holding his back. It's off the base of the wall. Racing towards third is Heinle Stacia. Bobby Magallanes waves Heinle home. He'll score on a double cracked over the head of Josh Holden in left by Jordan Renz. And that cuts the Dayton lead to 1, 5-4, here in the top of the third inning.
And that's why we chose it as our PRC play of the game. Renz belted a 2-run homer in the first to give the Kernels a short-lived lead. Then Jordan came through by belting a double over the left fielder's head to drive home Stacia in the third inning to cut Dayton's lead to 5-4. Jordan Renz's double, our PRC play of the game. We'll take another timeout here from Dayton's Fifth Third Field and be back in a moment with the State Farm Major League Scoreboard. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
The hottest feature in beautiful Veterans Memorial Stadium is the coolest place. It's the Whirling Waters Home Run Hot Tub. How can you and your friends relax and splash it up from the most coveted spot at the ballpark? Simply register at Center Point in Westdale Mall and listen. If you're selected as the winner, you'll enjoy the ultimate entertainment experience. AquaJet Stream Comfort atop the left field wall in the Whirling Waters Home Run Hot Tub. Brought to you by Westdale Mall and by Whirling Waters. Your chance to splash it up.
Get ready for summer and beat high gas prices with a pre-owned vehicle from Randy Keel Honda. Their inventory is jam-packed with fuel-efficient vehicles designed to save you money. Get an economical sedan for your daily commute, or indulge your sporty side with a high-performance coupe. Randy Keel Honda carries a large selection of Honda certified pre-owned vehicles, backed by a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty and 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Need to haul the entire family? For a limited time, you can get special financing on Honda certified pre-owned Odyssey. Whatever your driving needs, Randy Keel Honda has the vehicle for you. Visit Randy Keel Honda on Center Point Road Northeast or online at randykeel.com. Randy Keel Honda, where they treat you right.
The Colonel 8-game road trip commenced with a 10-4 loss here in Dayton this evening, and it's time now, thanks to State Farm Insurance agents Brad Dunn, Al Shetler, Dale Thompson, and Gary Shubat to take a look at scores, an abbreviated slate of games on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Bad news from Toronto, where the Blue Jays keep our parent club on the skids. 5-1 Toronto over the Angels tonight at Rogers Center. They're in the top of the ninth inning at Ameriquest Field in Arlington, and the Rangers lead the Twins 6-3, top of the ninth. Bottom of the fifth inning at Kauffman Stadium, the Royals are ahead of Cleveland 4-2, and later this evening, the Devil Rays take on the Mariners at Safeco Field in Seattle. One game underway in the National League. They're in the bottom of the sixth inning at New Busch Stadium, and Colorado, going for their fourth straight win, is blanking the Cardinals in the bottom of the sixth, 3-0 Rockies. Later this evening, the Padres host the Cubs at Petco Park in San Diego, and it'll be the Astros and Giants clashing in San Francisco. Thanks to State Farm Insurance agents Gary Shubat, Brad Dunn, Al Shetler, and Dale Thompson for bringing us that look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Thanks so much for being with us here from Dayton. The Kernels led 2-0 after the first half inning on a 2-run homer by Jordan Renz, but it was all Dragons after that as Dayton clubbed 4 home runs and knocked off the Kernels here tonight 10-4. We'll be with you tomorrow evening at 5:40 right here on 1450 KMRY Cedar Rapids, 5:40 with the South Slope Communications Triple Play show. Again, we are sorry about the problem we incurred earlier this evening. It was the fault of no one. We worked hard, and we were together with K-Memories from 3 o'clock on, but just couldn't put all the pieces in place, again, relating to some of our new equipment. But we'll do better tomorrow. We can sure shoot for that. Thank you for being patient and kind and listening this evening. Sorry the result wasn't what we were hoping for, but as Jack Rader, the Colonel General Manager, has reminded me many times, the sun will shine tomorrow, and the Colonels and Dragons will play Game 2 here at Fifth Third Field. Final again, Dayton 10, the Colonels 4. John Rogers saying so long from Southern Ohio. This has been Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.